Yo.
More success.
I wonder how many college references we got in.
I don't know.
That was a good back and forth.
It was elegant too. Like it was the best. I loved that.
Jay Collins. I was trying to. I couldn't figure out a way to work in Chef D. Chef D.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
You'd have to pun it. Be my guess. You know,
Yeah.
Like when I say about that Twitter post, you're like, yeah, that was a little chefty for you to, you know.
They don't want us to eat.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna eat more.
We have some good titles.
Yes. What do we got?
We've got The Internet of Bots, the one about machine learning, which is probably my favorite, Watson, Can You Stream Me? And, of course, Botline Bling.
Because I know when you Botline Bling. Botline Bling.
And my wife works for Twitch.
So excited.
I like you just jumped right to that too. You're like so excited. Like,
Yeah.
guess what? Guess what? I don't know, man. Justin, you pick. I can't decide.
Botline Bling. Botline Bling.
Yeah.
Botline Bling.
I like it.
Because I know when that Botline Bling.
Oh, we
That
talked
means
about
my
this,
Uber's
Josh.
here to take me to the appointment on time with Justin that we worked out by the bot.
I don't know if this came through clear enough. I need people to schedule for me.
I think it did. Especially when you said FSL. I was like, oh, crap.
I'm just begging. Like, I'm just hoping some Google engineer that's working on this just emails. It says,
You know, Lyft can hear me,
Data.
and it just added $50 to my account.
Wait, why?
I don't know. It's like it heard me talking about Uber. It's like, hey, we just added $50 to your account for $5 off each of your next 10 rides.
What?
They're like desperate to get me to use them.
Meanwhile, Nextdoor.com is transfixing today because there's a horrible story about apparently someone in a wheelchair beating a puppy that may or may not be actually true. And so it's turned into like the wrath of the neighborhood. I'm not going to gender it. Puppy savers versus the people who think the first person is lying. It's like General Hospital, and yet at the center of it is like maybe somebody was beating a pup. I mean, it's crazy. I was just like reading it. Like that's Nextdoor.com today. It's like too disturbing to read. Like it's turned my Nextdoor.com is just turning into like a slap fight of epic proportion.
I'm sad that our Nextdoors are not coming at the same time.
I know.
Mine came earlier, and I forgot and deleted it here, but there isn't much there. Regarding looking for a landscape contractor and looking for a 1 or 2 bedroom for rent.
Yeah, no, mine was so
You're
disturbing.
sucking up all the Nextdoor drama.
It really is some serious drama. Let me see if I can find it and just see if there are any others on there. This is what we do, Justin. We just read Nextdoor headlines. Yeah, so this is my neighborhood. Mail thief. Bike tracker. Exotic animals should not be party props. Trusted cleaning lady. Puppy beating.
Oh, no.
I know.
No.
And here's a great plumber. And there you go. Like, that's a weird neighborhood.
Can I get that plumber's name?
Yeah. Hold on. I don't trust it when somebody just says, like, here's a great plumber.
I probably wouldn't either. But I need a dog sitter, though.
Better make sure they're not a puppy beater. Now I trust nothing. Ugh.
And that's because we're going to see J-Lo.
Woohoo. Oh, you're trying to
Cosmopolitan.
start something, eh?
Oh, no. We've settled it. Did we?
Anything
Talk about it. Yeah, no. I mean, my surprise was that the Cosmopolitan has gotten a reputation in Vegas for not having residencies and being like the place where you see the hip band that's touring, right? Because they have a very young clientele.
Right.
A clientele so young that they would only know J-Lo as the mom in that movie where she starts having sex with the kid next door.
Untrue. They would know it from her being the Mama Bear judge on American Idol.
Or they would know her as the lady who sang with Jason Derulo.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, she's just moved into. She's not Jenny on the Block.
But here's the thing. Do you have to remain just Jenny on the Block to maintain your power in this world, or can you be something else?
No, my point is, like, I think she's perfect for Vegas, and she's perfect for Planet Hollywood, and I'm sure it is a great show, and she is great, and she has maintained a career far beyond, I think, what other people would have thought of her, and credit to J-Lo. I have nothing against J-Lo. It was only a surprise that she'd be at the Cosmopolitan. That was my only point was just that the Cosmopolitan has very meticulously tried to cultivate a reputation as, like, the bleeding edge of hip.
So,
and J-Lo would not seem to fit that.
This is not me arguing. This is not me disputing anything.
And by the way, J-Lo in residency specifically. I think J-Lo as a concert, sure, but J-Lo in residency.
No. I think that makes sense. That would be like, I don't know. It's a demographic thing, right? And I think.
Yes.
And also the concept of residency still has kind of a Celine Dion, like it's a thing that a performer does when they don't want to tour anymore.
Celine Dion, I think of Wayne Newton. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're absolutely right.
Oh, sorry.
I like that you pulled us back to the 70s. That's all.
No, because Celine Dion was one of the first people that, like, she first played Vegas, like maybe 5 years beyond My Heart Will Go On, right? Where she was, like, absolutely gigantic. She was one of the first people to go to Vegas kind of before she was in the life cycle of a career supposed to go to Vegas.
Yeah, because she wanted a stable thing.
Down a lot, because it used to be Wayne Newton where it's like, all right, if you go to Vegas, you play Vegas forever, right? Either you're going to live there forever, or you are going to be doing a residency because you can't put up a tour anymore. Right. Like, it was like a last resort. And Celine Dion was like, no, you want to know what? I'll do it for bigger money and just do it for half the year and then tour for half the year and just make that kind of my home base. And now, I mean, you're seeing that more and more as nostalgia has kind of taken over pop culture. I mean, look at Billy Joel. Billy Joel's playing MSG like it's Vegas every month.
That's awesome.
Well, that's because he can't leave. It's the injunction. So how is Bryan Adams playing at the Cosmopolitan?
Bryan Adams is at the Cosmopolitan.
Bryan Adams is at the Cosmopolitan because putting on a show in Vegas is still very expensive. So even if you're trying to be on the bleeding edge of hip, if you're just booking regular shows, you kind of got to take whatever name you can to keep things moving. And, hip people can go see Bryan Adams.
Ironically.
It's like the summer of '69. We're all wearing trendy things, and then we're going to go.
We're going to be
It's
reckless.
normcore. I know what it is. It's normcore. Bryan Adams is the musical icon of normcore.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be shocking to see them do, like, a yacht rock, like an Eddie Money or something.
Sure.
Like, oh, my God. We stayed in the Cosmopolitan, and then guess what we got? Ticket free. Eddie Money. It was. We left halfway through. We were so high.
I went to see Heart in 1989 for the same reason.
I mean, does he have to be seen as just a significantly ironic, pop icon, or can people actually enjoy? Because the reason I say that is because there was a moment.
Roger, we're not saying that people don't enjoy Bryan Adams and wouldn't support his music. We're saying that the going towards the demo that doesn't typically like Bryan Adams is the weird thing.
Well, that's the reason I bring it up, because back in the mid-'90s, Tony Bennett had a mild resurgence.
Yeah, but do you think Bryan Adams is having a mild resurgence a la Tony Bennett right now?
I don't know.
Tony Bennett just released an album with Lady Gaga. Tony Bennett's back again. He'll never die. He will be crooning to all of our funerals.
Yes. I can agree with you there.
Like Tony Bennett looks the exact same in today as he did the day I was born in 1983.
Damn. You know what I was doing in 1983?
Were you by that waterfall?
It was a few years before that, but I was jamming out to my cassette tape of Reckless by Bryan Adams.
Oh my gosh.
It was $1.69. Oh yeah.
He was a hot thing when he came out. I remember when his album got released. Like Tower Records was like filled to the gills.
Every song was a hit.
Well, that's how they used to do it back then.
Yep.
And then you release the B-sides, which is like, yeah, but it has the guy's name attached to it.
I used to listen to the B-sides of 45s because I thought it was cooler to know those songs.
Did you guys cover
and it wasn't.
Did you guys cover the News Corp Twitter sales stuff?
What, the rumors?
Yeah.
Or did something break?
The rumors.
No, I threw that in the Slack as a possible discussion topic.
Yeah, I didn't know if
it didn't make the headlines.
Yeah. Kind of a like.
Here's
is there a bit of a sad tale to be told about Twitter?
Not yet. No. Here's my opinion on that kind of story.
Yeah.
There's one of those every day where somebody goes, hey, wouldn't it be interesting? Sometimes there's somebody at Fox who's like, what we should do is buy Twitter. And then it gets to a reporter who's like, so-and-so says they're going to buy Twitter. My way of sorting the wheat from the chaff there is basically to look at Feedly and see who's reporting it, and it's very significant who's not reporting that story. And you could say, well, Wall Street Journal's owned by News Corp, so maybe that's why.
Maybe it's a leak.
But it's not. It's owned by the other part of the media. And wait, no, it is owned by News Corp. Anyway, You're not seeing Recode on it. You're not seeing The Verge on it much. I'm not seeing it in a lot of the places like Reuters, Bloomberg, where I would normally see it floating up with people going, hey, no, I think that's probably real. So I'm guessing it's either not for real or just another example of like, well, yeah, somebody's saying something, but that doesn't mean it's happening.
But I guess more to where I'm going is the fact that Twitter, that somebody wants to buy, or that Twitter is now having those
sale rumors the way Yahoo. Yeah.
Like, is that kind of a sense? I mean,
that, you know what? That's a fair point. Is like, hey, even if there's nothing to these, the fact that people are using them to fluff up their blog post numbers is significant because it means enough people think it could be a thing that there's a perception that Twitter is weak and might need to sell.
Yeah, because if it's like somebody's going to buy Google, right? Apple should buy Google is only the realm of like a John C. Dvorak column.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like nobody thinks that is even plausible or would happen for a million different reasons.
Until John makes it a very reasonable case.
Well, there's a reason why
that's what he does. He's good at that.
Great columnist, right? But he has those flaming hot takes. They're meant to be enjoyed. They're not necessarily meant to be like kindling for real rumors. This is a real. I mean, like for whoever is reporting it or isn't reporting it, it's feasible. It makes sense. You almost think that like, hey, you want to know what? Internally, Twitter's realized that without help, they're not just going to be Facebook by themselves. And that no matter how much they change, no matter how much they try to push us into the events tab or whatever, they're just not gonna do it. And that I think is something that is I mean that might be like the sign of our more evolved time. Like that just almost kind of feels like all right, we've ended this part of the internet. That chapter is closed.
I think that's why it's attractive as a rumor, is because you're like, but if it were true, think of all the things it would mean. I don't see, just personally now, not talking about my evaluation of the story at all, I don't see Jack Dorsey thinking that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is true, right? We could. I'm just saying the chapter of the internet.
But I mean, if Apple buys Netflix,
I know. Because listen, because this is this is the disease of the media and their obsession with the narrative. Because we could call this, this chapter of the internet begins when News Corp buys MySpace and ends when News Corp buys.
Oh yeah, no, it makes a beautiful story. Yeah, I could totally see the attraction there.
I mean, like, you gotta figure for Dorsey, he didn't become CEO so he could sell the company in 5 seconds, right?
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Like, that dude's got enough of an ego that he's at SoulCycle right now saying, like, hell no.
I like that he listens to us while he's at SoulCycle.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Of course he does.
It's his own internal monologue.
Well, he just bought his Sightglass coffee on Square, and so what else is he gonna do?
Square would be a great. I mean, like, just give me. All I need is chatbots that I could work into Slack. If I could just have chatbots for Slack.
You can. I mean, it's not exactly what you're talking about, but there's a lot of that kind of thing you can do.
No, I mean, like what they have, right? They already have. I just want smarter chatbots, better, smarter chatbots.
Actually, that's what Peach. I think that's why people got so excited about Peach, is because at first it feels like, ooh, maybe this is the smart social network because it can do these things with keywords. And the fact of the matter is they're all kind of tricks and you get bored with them after a while. And that's why everybody fled.
And there's no groups and there's no timeline.
Yeah.
You don't
but if it was a chatbot, if it was a chatbot that was helping you with your social network and directing you places and doing cool things and learning, all of a sudden I think there's a signpost to a future possible riff on social networking.
I think we just got funded for $2 million.
I think we were a unicorn.
Did I miss Peach? Did Peach happen and unhappen in the brief time when I wasn't paying attention?
Goddamn party for 48 hours. Yeah. Barack Obama, Metallica, we were all having a great time. And then it stopped, and we were out, man. I think I'm gonna quote myself and say, isn't it weird? It makes you think that Peach and David Bowie died on the same day.
Oh my God.
So sad.
So sad.
I'm happy. Hope you're happy too. Did you hear there's a digitization of a cassette tape going around of David Bowie doing imitations, which apparently has existed before, but it's like getting a lot more attention.
I didn't know it was off a cassette. I mean, David Bowie, among the most fascinating human beings on the planet. We talked about this on a Night Attack pre-show, but what I love the most about it, about as we kind of like dug through in our tribute to him, digging through his history, just like how right he was about so much. I mean, like, this dude was just always at the forefront. Like, he was, just like giving that interview with MTV in 1986 about like, hey, why don't you play black people? Isn't it kind of weird that you like? I watch other channels and I see videos with black people. You don't seem to have them on all that much. And then like in 97, talking about how the internet would breed the new rock star. That rock stars weren't rock stars anymore. That the internet, would breed them. Which I think certainly you could say. I mean, this is. Even in just the blogging revolution, which came in 5 years after, that was, I mean, the idea of the dangerous blogger, was something that continued. I mean, like, that brought that similar sort of cachet.
We've got to figure out this roundtable show idea.
Probably, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like,
because this is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just. Here's how you don't like, and I love brainstorming with everybody like we did the other day, but like we're just all going to be a bunch of cats running around biting at each other's tails. We're all going to say everybody's idea is great because we all love each other and we all want to support everything. Set a date and say, guess what? DTNS Roundtable is this date. Who is available for it?
All right, so everybody just go fund us for Peter Wells Day, and then I'll make it real easy. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
No.
Bye.